resonated so much with the folks watching was what you said to your kids. Do you remember what you even said to them?
Well, it's probably what I tell them every night before they go to bed, which is, you know, you can accomplish anything in life you're willing to work for. So, just, you know, nothing's given, everything's earned, but, you know, God has equipped us for great works, and I tell them that every night.
Terrible game by the Washington Redskins on Monday night. Bright lights in the Superdome. There's no player that deserves accolades. There's no decision that was made that worked out. Terrible. Top to bottom, terrible. I don't know what happens next for the Redskins. After the Colts loss, it was easy to dismiss, say there's a lot of football left. Now there's still 3/4 of the season left for Washington, but tonight was so bad it could linger. They're going to have to turn the page quick. They're going to have a short week going into the Panthers. This game for me turned on one play. Monte Nicholson took a terrible personal foul call on a play where Ryan Kerrigan had sacked Drew Brees and it was going to force New Orleans to punt. Instead, they get a first down, they score. Drew Brees sets every record. It's just a humiliating night for the organization.
So watch this game tonight. I'm thoroughly disappointed. We went into a bye week coming off a great victory against the Green Bay Packers and felt that this team would begin to move forward. And there were things that happened after the bye week that made me start to question a lot of things. We got guys getting a break, a veteran day after a bye. Hell, you just were off for 7 days. And then you come back and you need a veteran day. And then we got guys going on the football field. This is week 5. And guys are still blowing assignments. Can't keep their coverages, can't communicate properly. And you know what? We always talk about players taking on the personality of their coach. And I'm going to say this, yes, they're taking on the personality of their coach. They think everything is a joke. They think everything is easy. And they're not going out there busting their ass to become the best players they can be. You look at the New Orleans Saints, a team that we said had a horrible defense. Not horrible against us, because they wanted to win the football game more than we wanted to win the football game. Drew Brees, a guy who's going into the Hall of Fame, is he out there competing, or he's really going out there trying to show you, oh no, I don't have to do anything? The Washington Redskins had too much pride, too much fan pride, to be sitting around here and allowing this team to go down. Listen, if they don't seem to be able to play better, Jay can't get them to play better, maybe somebody else needs to come in here. Because you know what, let's get it straight. I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore. If you cannot coach the team properly, you can't get your guys to play their best, then damn it, you shouldn't be the coach. Point blank. And I'm sure a lot of fans feel the same way.
Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? It's P. Militant. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins Review. I wanted to make this video last night. Planned on making this video last night, but sometimes it's hard to just get the effort to come up here and do this when you're just so disappointed in the effort that you see like the Redskins give in a Monday night primetime game. But nonetheless, you know, making these videos and come up here and doing this, one of the reasons we do it is because we just want to get stuff off of our chest, and that's why you guys, the viewers, come here and you talk to each other and all that stuff, man. You just want to, it helps digest what happened and move on from it, which is exactly what the Redskins need to do. But first things first, shout out to all the really shitty Ravens fans out there who, man, boy does it suck living here in Baltimore. And I mean, dude, the Ravens lose to the Browns, a team that won 0 games last year. Sunday, right? I don't say a damn word about this. Monday night during the game, the first play of the game, Adrian Peterson catches the ball and like he gets hit by a Saints defender. I have people messaging me on Facebook going, "Oh, dude, Adrian Peterson just got rocked," and just like, dude, your team just lost to the Browns. You don't have any room to talk, all right? There's no room for you out of all weeks, you know, for you to talk, you know what I mean? Like, it's shitty Ravens fans out there, dude. Like, I understand you're upset about your loss to the Browns, but you don't need to come at me. You know, we played a team that scores 40 almost every damn, you know, week. You know, we all sat there and watched with our own eyes this guy break a historical record, and I'm sitting here getting Ravens fans messaging me, oh, ho, 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 look at you, shitty Redskins and shitty NFC East, like just messing with me, dude. Like, it's shitty Ravens fans out there. But let's move on from that. Very disappointing game. Very disappointed in a lot of what happened, up and down. As you see, Brian Mitchell's pissed off. And good, he should be, and hopefully I don't know, obviously he has nothing to do with the team anymore, but we need someone like that who can light a fire under people's asses. As you see in the clip, Jonathan Allen is on the sideline screaming at people. That's something the coach should be doing. You know what I mean? I understand that Jay Gruden is, one of the reasons that we like Jay Gruden is that he's a player's coach, but we're seeing how far that can take someone. We're seeing how far a team that can take a team. Just because we like Jay Gruden doesn't mean we're sitting here finding out that it's the best way to run a football team. In my opinion, it would be the best way to win if if we actually say we went and won a Super Bowl with Jay Gruden and he's a player's coach and everyone loves him, and that to me would be the best all around feeling. Is like, hey, this guy got it done, and everybody loves this guy, and but we're learning that that stuff doesn't really fly in the NFL. I think is what everybody's waking up to, myself included. But before we get into a lot of the negatives, because there's a lot of negatives about this, I want to go through my 4 key takeaways for this game, and takeaway number one. My last video. You saw the last video I put up on my channel. Me and Chris Cooley are sitting here saying that the run game is the most important piece to our frickin' football team, and we come out here and don't run the football. We don't run it. Even Chris Cooley knows. Even Chris Cooley understands. Running the football is the most important aspect of our football team. It helps the defense. It helps Alex Smith be able to throw the ball down the field. We need to start with the run. Now, I have it in my notes later. I don't mind coming out and trying to take a deep shot on the first play of the game. I don't mind that. I actually like that. If that's what you're planning on doing, like trying to get the ball down the field, do what you got to do, but we come out and just sit there and throw the football all the time and give up on the run. Then we go down in points, and then we have to throw the football. We never even had a chance to run the football. That's not a key for success. And literally just this week, I uploaded the video. You heard Chris Cooley even acknowledge this. Running the football. And we come out here and, Chris Thompson or Capri Bibbs is probably one of the, I guess, leaders of rushing the football, and Adrian Peterson's not even doing anything for us. Key point number 2. Talking about Adrian Peterson. If we do not hear Adrian Peterson and DJ Swearinger's name called all game long, we're going to lose football games. We're going to lose football. That's a recipe for disaster. If we don't hear Adrian Peterson, DJ Swearinger's names being called, I can't remember DJ Swearinger, his name being called at all. Not at all. And I guess we might even have to throw in Jordan Reed into that name list, but I was just doing one for offense and one for defense. And if we don't hear their names being called, that is a recipe for disaster. Those are the guys who are supposed to be making plays. And you saw what they did. They weren't doing anything. All game long, they weren't doing anything. Takeaway number 3. We cannot let this loss linger into next week. As bad as this was, and we have a short week, we have to forget about this really quickly and just move on. We have another tough game coming up. We can't sit here and dwell on this, although it looks like it's about to happen with the whole Josh Norman interviews and stuff like that. It looks like it's going to happen, but we can't afford to let it happen. Why? Because key takeaway number 4, we're still number 1 in our division, and we haven't played any NFC East teams yet, so we have a chance to redeem ourselves. So this is the time where we can't sit here and give up. This is not, and also the whole, I've seen a lot of people do it, and everyone's been doing this too. Everyone's coming out on Jay Gruden right now. Everyone's coming out on Alex Smith right now. Sure, have I started to change a little bit about what I think about Jay Gruden? Not having our guys prepared when we had a bye week. Yeah, I understand, but also with Alex Smith, checking the ball down 24/7, not attempting to throw the ball down the field, just looking shaky as hell in the pocket, looking like a rookie quarterback out there. Just like I said with the last point, we have a short week. We can't sit here and dwell on this. We need to work and try to do what we can to correct this into the next week. The same thing goes with this whole fire Jay Gruden, fire Alex Smith thing. They get a pass to the end of the season, all right? At the end of the season, we can talk about firing Jay Gruden or, talk about how bad Alex Smith is. Right now, we don't have time for that. That's just kicking ourselves when we're down. Speaking of kicking ourselves when we're down, this entire football game switched. The momentum switched with the Monte Nicholson penalty, man. I mean, I don't know if it was the first drive or their second drive, and we stopped them on third down. They were going to have to punt the football, and Monte Nicholson thinks it's okay to just push this dude on the ground, and you're in the backfield. It's not even like you're in the middle of a bunch of players. You're in the backfield where the head referee is. You're seen by people, dude. Everyone knows the Saints score points. What does our defense need to do in this game? Make them score field goals, or do what we were going to do right there, make them punt the football, and then, hey, it's at the very beginning of the game, and then maybe the Saints players go, oh, shit, this defense stopped us. We're not used to be sitting here punting the football. We score points all the time. Oh, shit, maybe we're going to have a hard fight today. Maybe this game's not going to go like we thought it's going to go. And then you put that mentality into their head, but no, what do? Let them off the hook. Here you go, Drew Brees. Here you go. Just let's give Drew, out of all quarterbacks and out of all nights, let's give Drew Brees a million chances to beat us. It comes down to discipline. It comes down to, I think the best person to talk about this is Brian Mitchell. He's like he said, man, someone's got to put a fire under these guys' asses and not be their friend, man. And whether that's Jay Gruden or not, there's got to be someone out there who's gonna do it. If it's not Jay Gruden, we got the Alabama boys, freaking the only people who apparently want to show up and play the entire game. Deron Payne, and you guys know how I feel. I didn't love the Deron Payne pick, but watching the game, our run, we stopped the run pretty damn well. Even though Drew Brees still beat us, and it doesn't matter if we stopped the run. Alvin Kamara wasn't even out on the damn field. He didn't do a damn thing towards us. And Alvin Kamara is one of their best weapons, and we stopped the run, and that was all Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen and some of our boys up front. And man, they were the only bright spot on our entire team this entire game. And then you see Jonathan Allen on the sideline trying to light a fire under somebody's ass. And hey, maybe the best thing we've done in the past few years is actually, if our coaches is not going to put a fire under somebody's ass, maybe the best thing we've done is gone out and got Alabama players who aren't used to this losing culture. They're used to, working hard and winning all the time. Maybe they'll have to step up and do what a coach's job is. That's what I saw on the sideline. So, yeah, it's just, there's not a lot of positives to talk about. But like I said, we gotta pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off. There's no time to sit here and feel sorry for ourselves. We have the Carolina Panthers coming up, and that's gonna be a hard game. We don't ever really play well. Cam Newton just plays easy towards us. I don't know what it is. Do you remember? It's a nightmare thinking about us having to play Cam Newton, because do you remember how many times he drew our defensive line offside last time we played him? There's like a video of him like mic'd up on the sideline like laughing about it. just laughing about it. And I think we'll be a little bit more disciplined now because of the guys that we have on the defensive line. But man, and I gotta switch. One of the biggest things I need to talk about is I'm really afraid. I'm really afraid. I know this. I've been a fan for a long time, man, and I've seen the dumb, idiotic things that this team and organization will do, and I'm just fearing for my life. I'm fearing for all Redskins fans out there that this organization is going to go ahead and do the dumbest thing I think that they can do at this point right now. And at some time before the end of this season, I've already heard talks about it from some of the Redskins reporters. They want to give Preston Smith a contract. And that is the dumbest, most idiotic, most Redskins thing I can think of. And what did the man do? Besides getting ran over by a quarterback, what has Preston Smith ever done? And then I was talking with JP Finley on Facebook, who I love JP Finley. He's probably now my favorite Redskins reporter. But I post something on there. I'm like, hey, what happened to Pete Robertson, right? Pete Robertson, looking back at it, Pete Robertson is our best natural pass rusher on the damn football team. Now that Junior Gillette was gone, right? A guy who's more lengthy and built strictly to just get to the passer, and he did it pretty damn well the past couple preseasons he's been with us. And JP Finley tells me, hey, he's a free agent. And do you remember the video where I freaked out the past couple of videos ago, where I think I was like, we need to get the best damn players on the field, and like I said, get Josh Doxson's ass off the field and put Maurice Harris in there. Remember that video? That's the same thing. Pete Robertson's our best strictly pass rusher that we had, and he's on the damn street right now. Preston Smith isn't doing a goddamn thing, and he's never done a goddamn thing. And then JP Finley comes back and is like, he had 9 sacks last year. Oh yeah, well, when did it matter? What sacks mattered, and what games did it matter? Did he do a goddamn thing last night when it mattered? No, he got ran over by a quarterback and looked foolish. He didn't do a goddamn thing, and he never does. He's just a placeholder, and for some reason this organization loves him. And I understand maybe JP Finley, maybe he knows Preston Smith, maybe he talks to him, maybe he's friendly with him, so he's not going to sit there and say anything negative. But then you also have these same reporters and people who are around the Redskins, whether it's media or whatever, coming out and saying, like they should give him a contract because he has the most pressures. He's a really good. If you look at the next gen stats or whatever, he pressures the quarterback. I don't give a damn about pressure, no quarterback. Your job's to get the fucking quarterback. And when does he do it? And when does he do it when it matters? All right, never ever does he do it, dude. I'm so tired of it, and I promise you, the Redskins are going to pay this guy. We're going to give him a contract, and we're going to see this man out there stand around, look lost, not do shit. I'm telling you it's coming. And that's my biggest fear at all this entire season, is to look forward to this organization and see what we have in store. We don't have anyone getting to the quarterback. That's a recipe for disaster in this league, and we cannot sit here and watch Preston Smith do not a goddamn thing and love him for it for some reason. I don't get it. It just blows my mind. And all these reporters, oh, if you look at the next-gen stats, he gets pressures. Pressures ain't sacking the quarterback. Pressures aren't fumbling the quarterback, all right? Your job is to get to the quarterback. It's the most important job probably on the frickin' football team besides being a quarterback. Jesus, man. We're sitting here trying to get our interior pass rush. What team sits here and says, oh, let's plan on getting interior pass rush first before, man, it just kills me. I'm telling you, I promise you it's coming. By the end of Preston Smith's contract's up this year, I guarantee you it's coming. These reporters wouldn't be talking about it if they didn't hear shit about it. We're going to give him a contract. And we're not, like I said a couple videos ago, as of right now, our number one priority in the next year's draft is getting whatever dynamic, the best pass rusher we can get. And it's so sitting back here watching Drew Brees just pick us apart. Monte Nicholson, we blitzed Monte Nicholson sometimes, and it looked good. Monte Nicholson gets after it. Sure, he pushes people over and looks dumb afterwards, but Monte Nicholson, he's a baller. He's ready to go after the quarterback. Send him. Jesus, man, send him. I'm tired of sitting here just watching Drew Brees have all day, man. If we're not getting to the quarterback, you have to send extra pressure, man. Oh. And then we literally just saw what happens when you do it. You saw Alex Smith sitting there in the pocket, shaking. He's literally shaking. Did you see it? He's shaking. Doesn't know what the hell to do, man. It's so frustrating, dude. And then the play calling was terrible. Super terrible. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but Alex Smith was off, throwing the balls behind people, throwing the ball. Remember the awesome catch by Paul Richardson? Yeah, he laid him out to get hit by a receiver because he threw the ball 10 feet up in the freaking air, and Paul Richardson, who's probably like 5'10" or something, has to jump six freaking feet up in the air to go get this football, and then get pounded by people because Alex Smith's going to just launch it up in the air like Maurice Harris was going up to get it. Alex Smith is putting Chris Thompson and other of our guys at risk, man. Not saying other quarterbacks we haven't done that either, but it seems to be at a much more alarming rate. And I just watched BFG's video, and I agree exactly what he said. He said he's watching Alex Smith. He's eyeing up. He's using his eyes to freeze safeties. But instead of after freezing the safety, throwing a bomb down the other side of the field to a receiver, like you would want him to do, he's freezing safeties to check the ball down. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. It's just hard to watch. Chris Thompson is semi-injury prone. Like, why are you going to try to make this man your workhorse every single play? We have other guys who can catch the football. Jordan Reed didn't touch the football until the second half. I guarantee you, if you go over on the bench and ask Jordan Reed if he wants the football right now, he's going to tell you yes. It blows my mind, dude. And not even that, man. Like, coming into this game, I actually thought we had a chance to win. I never count the Redskins out. Even this week, coming to playing the Panthers, I don't count us out because I understand some of the talent that we have on this football team and the potential. But the issue with this football team is that we're not very good because we don't constantly play to our potential. So that means we're not a very good football team. But I'm never going to count us out because I know what could happen when we do play to our potential. And yes, not every single team can say that. Not every single team has the talent to say we have the potential to win football games. Not every team has that potential, but we have some of the key players that can do it. And that's why I'm never going to count us out. But we need to get the ball to playmakers or we're not going to win, man. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And I'm just really I'm just super underwhelmed by a lot of what we're doing on offense, by a lot of the receivers. Paul Richardson did show up and have a couple good catches, but in general, all year long, I've been a little underwhelmed by Paul Richardson, and he's probably one of the best wide receivers or receivers we have on the football team, right? Jamison Crowder, you know, he's just not getting the football enough. I mean, when he's gotten it, he's been okay. Maurice Harris was apparently wide open for a touchdown on the interception play. I don't know, man. What can you do? Wish we had Deshaun Jackson. Wish we had Pierre Garçon. I feel like just a few years ago we had a much better team, in all honesty. Now, I don't think we had a defensive line that we have now, But besides that, I feel like a couple years ago when we had Pierre Garçon, when we had Deshaun Jackson, I just feel like we had an all-around better football team, man. And that's why we got to focus on defense now. Our offense ain't cutting it, right? Got to focus on defense. Got to focus on getting to the quarterback. Man, I have a bunch of notes from the game, but I don't even want to read them. There's no reason to. We've all. It's been a day now. We don't need to go through all the little notes and what I was gonna say was coming into this football game, I thought we had a chance to win this game before the game, right? And then the more that I watched like the pregame show, and the more I watched the announcers, all they were going to talk about was Drew Brees record, Drew Brees. Then it started to dawn on me. This is a Monday night primetime game where Drew Brees is going to set this record, and I had started to set in when I didn't think about it beforehand when I thought the Redskins had a chance to win. But then I realized it. These referees, man. These referees are going to be turning a blind eye to some shit. Drew Brees should have been pretty much throwing a pick in the end zone, and the wide receivers just got his hand all up in the face mask, grabbing Dunbar's face mask. Turn a blind eye. There's one. I think it was on an extra point or something like that, where the Saints went for an extra point. Clearly, I think it was Ryan Kerrigan or someone was just getting held, and he's like literally like looking at the ref like, and then he gets right after that he gets taken to the ground, and I'm just like, my God, I saw this, and there's referees standing right there, like. I saw this through the TV screen, you know what I mean? Like, but no, it doesn't matter. It's not like those little calls were gonna save us. But I had a bad feeling right before the game. I thought we were gonna win before the game, but right when I started watching the pregame show, I was like, man, these referees are gonna be sitting there like, yeah, I refereed the game where Drew Brees he broke that record. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of that was happening during this game. Not the reason we lost by any means, but the Saints are the better team. Drew Brees is a beast, but most definitely there were many calls that were missed, and that all comes back to coaching. So yeah, I don't really know what besides running the football. We better come out. We come out this week and throw 3 passes on the first time we have the football, right? We better come out next week and run the damn football 3 times. How about that? Adrian Peterson will tell you he wants to run the football, man. Give the man the football. Give the man the football. And we're learning a lot about our football team, aren't we? We are learning that if we are down in a football game, we're just not coming back, man. And that, unfortunately, that's the old Redskins that we've known for a long time, right? Years prior to when we had a few other quarterbacks back in the day, and if we were down in a game, there just wasn't no coming back. And if we look at it in like the Green Bay game, I think we scored first and stuff like that. When we score first, that's what we're learning, is when we score first, our defense can play better. Just all around, we play better. But if we go down by any points first, when we just go down, we panic, we end up throwing the football every single down, and we can't win like that, man. We cannot win like that with Alex Smith, without running the football with Adrian Peterson. And yeah, hopefully that's not our true identity, and our team comes out next week and blows the Panthers out of the water, and then makes us sit here and rethink everything we just said right here today. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff I missed, but I think a lot of people have gotten most of the important stuff out there. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. The best thing we can do right now is just totally forget about this. It's not going to help us to sit there and think about this. We need to come out and focus on the Panthers and game plan for the Panthers. And if we don't get pressure on Cam Newton, we need to start blitzing. And we need to run the football. And if we don't do that, we're probably going to get destroyed like we did this week. What I just said right there. It's not hard. It's not a hard game plan. It's easy. Run the football. At least attempt to run the football. We didn't even attempt this game. We didn't even attempt. We didn't even attempt in the freaking Colts game. And that's the thing. That's the real scary thing about this is that there's a huge blueprint out there to beat us. People know how to beat us now. Alex Smith, you get some pressure on him, he's gonna be dancing and jiggling around in the pocket, looking like a rookie quarterback. Doesn't know what to do. Scared. That's what he looked like this game. So why wouldn't he look like that next game? We need to, and also, yeah, our protection wasn't that good, man. Our offensive line was not that good. Morgan Moses gave up one big hit on Alex Smith, and so did Brandon Scherf. I can remember Brandon Scherf giving up a stunt or something. Man, our offensive line. But that's all, and that also comes down to, coordination with the quarterback and also the head coach. You know what I mean? So all around, this was an ass whooping, and even Jay Gruden said it's all his fault and stuff like that, and so we'll see what they do next week. See you guys then. Hail to the Redskins. Peace.